everyone. I thought I'd kind of give my take on the worst advice. So the first thing I think I'd talk about is the myth that one certain, I don't want to say his name, that's kind of mean. This guy, he's a nice guy, but he just gives terrible advice. The myth that if you have a full life, if you have a lot going on, you will attract men. This is lie number one that women are sold. Women are sold the lie that if you have a lot going on, if you've got a lot of interests, you've got a lot of hobbies, you will attract men. And I'm here to tell you this is not true. And it's not true because if you break it down, men go on FBB. And if you've seen, what's it called? Alfie? I think it's Alfie, right? So men go on face, boobs, bum, or face, bum, boobs. One of the two. That's obviously going to be their first port of call. What you look like. And obviously things do develop and men do obviously like different aspects of a woman. I'm not saying that men only want looks like some people say, but a man is not going to see a woman and think, oh my god, she does lacrosse on a Monday, she does badminton on a Wednesday, I'm in love with her. That is not how men work. Men do not look at a woman's hobbies and gain attraction for them. For men, it's much more of a physical thing, and then it develops into something more. I was kind of thinking of this concept last night, and I was kind of thinking of what men actually want. And I think it kind of comes down to three things. I think for men, first of all, it's a physical attraction. Then it will develop to personality, and then if a female has got looks and personality, then I think a lot of women overlook this aspect, but I think it's really important. I think for men, the third aspect that men look for is energy. And what I mean by this is you can be a really physically attractive woman, you can kind of have a nice personality, but if a man can feel that your energy's off, if a man can feel that you're sad quite a lot of the time, or if a man can feel that you're generally a negative and depressing person, this will put him off. You need all three for men to see you in a long-term relationship capacity. So in general, I think it's bad dating advice when people put out just to have a full life, just to have a lot of hobbies, that will attract men, because that is absolute bull and it's doing a disservice to women. Yeah, having a full life, it's not going to get you the man. That's not what men look for. Similarly, point two, that your accomplishments matter. I don't want to go too red pill on this because, again, it will attract the wrong people on my channel. I think women need to be aware that men do not care about your accomplishments in general. If I think about personal experience, I remember dating one person, and this person, in the end, he left me for a woman that did not have her shit going on. She had a terrible life. She was in like a minimum wage job, going nowhere, living with her parents. But the guy left me who had their shit going on and knew where they were going. And for whatever reason, this girl was more of a pull to him. Because as I say, men do not look for the same things. I want women out there to know that if you want to do something, do it for yourself and because you want to do it. Do not do it because you want to attract a man. It's all right saying, look for your husband fresh out of university, but I think it puts women in a dangerous position where if they put all their eggs in one basket, putting all their eggs into finding the husband, you don't know what life holds, and you could be left at 35, divorced with no career and just left without anything. For men, it's more about how you make them feel as a person. And it's completely the opposite of what women look for in a man. It is difficult to talk about this without being like the red pill spokesperson, because I'm not red pill. But I just think women need to be wary that men do not care about any of your accomplishments. Point number three. This one winds me up as well. The myth that you have to be 100% feminine to get a man. This is also a lie. I see this a lot on feminine energy kind of, videos, or you also see this on those crappy, attract a man, alpha man, bollocks crap. I don't think it's very helpful, in essence, to be a completely passive feminine person. You need to have a bit of bite back in your life. I think it's also a myth that 100% of men are looking for a docile wife that will just not have an opinion and will literally just cook food. If men are looking for someone like that, it's kind of a man that's been watching too much red pill content. I think people can generalise on the internet and they can kind of say that men are only one thing and females are only one thing too, and it's just not true. I just wanted to get out of this myth that you have to constantly draw into your feminine and you constantly have to be this docile passive creature for men to find you attractive. A well-balanced, rounded man will want a woman that has those aspects of their character, like I talk about in my feminine archetype series, but they'll also want someone that isn't a yes person, someone that is strong, and someone that holds their ground. Just being yourself. And I think while it is good in terms of, I don't think you should change to attract people, I think there's two parts of this. I think in essence in dating you do have to play a few games. For instance, I know that as soon as someone texts me, I know that I shouldn't be texting them straight away because I need to show, you know, a bit of chase and I don't want to be too available. I think it's sometimes if you're just yourself, it isn't enough. I think you do sometimes have to play the game, sadly. Even in terms of not sleeping with someone too early, women are definitely aware of the concept of having to play the game. A lot of women, they want sex on a first date, but they know if they do that, it's not always going to work out. And I think sometimes you just have to definitely guard yourself and you can't always be yourself. You have to, as you get older, be a bit more realistic. But also, I don't think there's any harm in accepting yourself, but also wanting to change and better yourself. Sometimes the concept of just being as you are, like myself, it hasn't necessarily worked. It's good to be comfortable in your own skin, but you should never stop improving yourself. Not even for a partner, but just for your own personal development. So sometimes the advice of just being yourself isn't really enough. So I hope you liked the video. As ever, please subscribe and hopefully see you soon.